Well, MemorialCare and Thrive are brewing up some better health for all of us here. We want to welcome to the program Senior Community Liaison for Saddleback Medical Center, Remy Ataya, and Age-Friendly Program Director for the Medical Center, Dr. David Law. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So, Remy, what is a Senior Community Liaison do at Saddleback?
Yes, so basically I am a bridge for the hospital to different senior communities. And really our favorite one is right here, Laguna Woods Village. You guys are our neighbors. We are your prime hospital, and my goal is to just make navigating the healthcare process a little bit easier. As we age, even at my age, it's a little difficult to navigate. So having somebody there to be in your corner, help guide you in the right direction is really my goal. Not just that, but also bringing some new events to the communities, educational events, and that's where we come in with the Thrive group as well.
We'll be talking about a Thrive event in a minute, but Dr. Lau, I want to ask you about your role as age-friendly in the age-friendly health system. What is the age-friendly health system? What's it all about?
Well, the age-friendly health system is a brainchild of the Institute for Healthcare Improvement and the John A. Hartford Foundation. And Saddleback got involved with it around 2017. We were one of the first in Orange County to embrace age-friendly healthcare.
And what is that? What's the need? What was going on before that was happening?
Well, a need for this came up because it was realized that the current healthcare system is simply inadequate to take care of the 65 and older demographic, which, as you know, in the next 25 years, will constitute 25% of the population, and for the first time will outnumber children.
Right, the boomers are getting up there.
And this is a very complex demographic. The data show that 65 years and older, 80% have at least one chronic healthcare problem, and of that number, 3/4 have two or more. And in my practice, I never had a 65-year-old and older patient with fewer than 4 chronic conditions. Wow. Very difficult to manage. And the third thing is, it's a demographic that is prone to a disproportionate number of harms. So very difficult to take care of. The powers that be felt that the current healthcare system simply was inadequate. Something new had to be discovered, something better, how to take care of the 65-year and older demographic. Enter Age-Friendly Health Systems Initiative. So I can give you some background. I don't know how much.
Sure. Well, tell me about the pillars, the 4 M's, I think, are an interesting approach. Maybe we can start there.
Well, the 4 M's came out of an attempt to find programs throughout the country that were beneficial for older adults. A think tank was appointed to look throughout the country where are programs in progress that actually benefit older adults, and they found 17 programs. Problem is they're all over the place. One program dealt with patients in the office. Another program dealt with patients in the intensive care unit. Another program dealt with patients on hospice. There was no overarching program to take care of patients anywhere. So they came up with these 17 programs. They distilled them to the 4 main elements that all shared, and these were the 4 M's. What matters most, aligning care to according to what matters most of patients and families. The next M is medication, avoiding high-risk medications, deprescribing medications that are no longer beneficial. The next M is supporting cognitive health, mentation, by screening for dementia, depression, and delirium. And the last is mobilization. Older adults need to move safely every day. And mobilization, of course, is the #1 risk factor for falls, for long-term care, for frailty, and it's a mortality risk. So these are the 4 M's, and the idea is you apply all 4 M's to every patient through every encounter, no matter what the healthcare setting. Saddleback has embraced this, so the idea for every patient who comes into the hospital, they receive the 4 M's every day of their stay.
I know about depression and dementia, but delirium, that's kind of, what exactly, how do you recognize that? What brings it on? Is there a treatment for those kinds of things?
Got an hour?
Yeah.
All right.
A little time.
Find out on Monday.
When we say delirium, we're talking about the acute episode of confusion, acute episode of confusion that so many of our older adults are at risk for. And the problem is this is really common. 1 in 4 to 1 in 3 older adults who enter the hospital will become confused. And the problem is it's missed. It's missed way more often than it's picked up.
Is it transient? Does it come and go, or is it a?
It can come and go. It can fluctuate, and the earliest signs are very difficult to spot. It's inattention. The patient is just sitting there looking out the window, looking at their feet. Where yesterday they were active.
Okay, so it seems like they're just kind of insular for a minute.
It's not for a minute. That's the problem. But it's a change. Basically, it's a change, and it can be very difficult to pick up. And the problem is, if it's not picked up and addressed appropriately, the outcomes can be devastating to these patients. Anything from permanent cognitive impairment to complications to increased length of stay to death in the hospital. There's a high mortality rate in patients who develop delirium if it's not picked up and managed appropriately.
Well, like we said, you guys are teaming up with Thrive for an event on Monday at 2 o'clock over at Clubhouse 7. Tell us about the event. What can people expect when they get there?
Yeah, so you're going to be hearing a lot more about this. Like you said, delirium is an incredible topic to talk about because there's so much to discuss, and it's so important to understand it. So we're going to have a full hour discussion of getting to know what that is and having a space available for people to ask questions. So we'll have a good Q&A session as well. We really want to have these Thrive events because sometimes learning about these things can be a little bit daunting. So Thrive provides a fun and welcoming space for people to not only just learn, but to laugh and to enjoy and to really gain something and also feel that sense of community as well. So we'll be having that on Monday, like you said.
Okay. And a little bit of coffee, a little bit of tea, so serve some light refreshments.
Yeah, we'll have cookies there as well, so everyone can come grab a snack, grab a drink, and sit down and enjoy a wonderful discussion with Dr. Law and Janine Hooper, who will be there as well. And it's going to be a really great event. We're excited for it. Okay.
And the people, you do want folks to RSVP, and there's an email and phone number on the flyer that we have there for you. So they're going to be emailing you and letting you know that they want to come on by, and
yes,
they can, as long as they do that ahead of time, they can come on in.
Yeah, absolutely. They're also welcome to walk in. We do actually prefer RSVPs just so we can plan accordingly. But if it's a last-minute decision, you want to bring your neighbor, you're more than welcome to.
And Dr. Law, how important are events like this to kind of go out into the community for people who might be hesitant to, even if they're ashamed or they don't know, they're confused, and they don't want to go to a hospital?
Well, you have to be armed with information. Is my point, and I'm in that. I've been in that demographic for 20 years, and it's not very well known. And I think when people know about the potential and know how to look for it, particularly when their loved ones go in the hospital, what to do about it, what can be done about it, just simply learning more about it kind of takes a little bit of the mystique and the mystery out of it.
And so people can really kind of get just some information. Let me figure out more and maybe lead to some treatment, maybe lead to some help as well, right?
That's right.
Okay. So when you guys set these events up and when you're going out in the community, what's some of the feedback you get from people who come to your previous events? Are they thankful for it? Do they come away with information? Are they setting up appointments, or all of the above?
A little bit of all the above, to be honest with you. We always get some great feedback on our, because we give out some surveys at the end and we get some great feedback. And something that we really like and strive for is the socialization aspect as well. So people are coming in by themselves and leaving with new friends, not just new friends, but also new information. So, and if they need any help with anything with navigating the healthcare experience over here as well, we have so many resources around me. We have a social worker named Ronit as well, who's very helpful. So gaining so many different things just from 1 hour event, And also I wanted to mention that learning about delirium is so great, and at Saddleback we have a HELP program, which is a volunteer program for others to learn about delirium and help others that are in the hospital currently to navigate those signs and prevent delirium from happening. So we'll also be discussing opportunities for others to volunteer at the hospital and get involved in their community as well.
Great opportunity to get out there. Dr. Law, what do you love about doing this? You out there, you're at these events, you've done these before, and you're giving a lot, but what do you love about doing this?
I love to see the way the audience absorbs the information and want more. I mean, they're always asking great questions. A lot of times they had no idea these things happen, or that they have the opportunity to question their physician about certain things and ask questions. I was amazed to see that. Particularly, we were talking about medication. We were talking about polypharmacy, all the medications patients take. they were amazed to see that they don't have to take those medications that the physicians, and they can ask the physician, what's the benefit? Why am I, what happens if I don't take it? Well, I don't want to take that medication. That they have that opportunity, that's within their purview, to ask, to question the care.
And there's an environment like a Thrive where other people are asking questions and they kind of frees them to say, oh, this has happened to me, maybe I'm not alone in this world.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. They love the information. They absorb it like sponges and usually end up wanting more.
Well, there you go. All right, how can people get more? Tell us all about the event one more time before we wrap up here.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be on Monday, March 31st, 2 to 3 p.m., Clubhouse 7. We will have tea, coffee, cookies, decaf options as well. And yeah, you can send me a message on either phone or email. Give me a call. Happy to give your call a shout. So let me know.
All right, Remy Atta and Dr. David Law from MemorialCare Saddleback Hospital, thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you, Dr. Law, over at the event on Monday.
You bet.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you. You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.